Urgent Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Pittsburgh Steelers updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey guys, today we've got some explosive news, and I mean explosive, that's been causing a lot of buzz in the NFL world, especially among Steelers fans. You know, the kind of news that has everyone talking, speculating, and dreaming about what could be coming next for our beloved Steelers. And trust me, this isn't just your average off-season rumor. No, sir. We're talking about a potential game-changer, a seismic shift in the league's landscape that could have huge implications for the Steelers and the entire NFL. So, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you might just blow your mind. Let's set the stage first. We all know that the Steelers are a franchise with a rich history, a tradition of toughness, resilience, and winning. Since their inception, they've been known for their defense, their gritty style of play, and of course, their legendary quarterbacks, from Terry Bradshaw to Ben Roethlisberger. But as we look ahead to the upcoming season, there's been a lot of talk about how the Steelers are planning to elevate their roster, especially at the quarterback position. And that's where this story gets really interesting. Recently, a very reputable insider, someone well-connected in NFL circles, made a bold prediction that has sent shockwaves through the fanbase. This insider suggested that, during the upcoming free agency period, Aaron Rodgers, the four-time MVP and one of the greatest quarterbacks of this generation, might actually end up signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, you heard that right. Rodgers, who has been the face of the Green Bay Packers for over a decade, could be heading to the Steel City. Now, I know what you're thinking, is this really possible? Could Rodgers leave Green Bay after all these years? Well, let's dig into that. First of all, it's no secret that Rodgers' future with the Packers has been the subject of intense speculation. Since the end of last season, rumors about his dissatisfaction with the organization, his desire for a new challenge, and the potential for a trade or free agency move have been swirling around. Rodgers, who's known for his competitive nature and desire to win, has expressed frustration at times about the direction of the Packers roster and management decisions. And although he's still playing at an elite level, the window for winning Super Bowls is closing, and players of his caliber often seek out new opportunities when they feel the situation isn't aligned with their championship aspirations. Now, imagine that scenario for a moment. The Steelers, a team with a storied history and a passionate fanbase, looking to make a splash in the offseason. They've been a bit in transition lately, especially at the quarterback position, with Kenny Pickett showing flashes of potential but still needing to develop consistency. Adding a veteran like Rodgers could be precisely what the team needs to take that next step, especially considering his experience, leadership, and clutch gene. The Steelers' offense, which has shown promise in recent seasons, could be transformed into a powerhouse with Rodgers at the helm, orchestrating the attack with that signature calmness and precision that only he possesses. What would this mean for the Steelers? Well, first and foremost, it would instantly elevate their status in the AFC. Suddenly, they're not just a team trying to get back to the playoffs, they're contenders with a legitimate shot at competing for a Super Bowl. Rodgers, with his ability to read defenses, extend plays, and make throws from impossible angles, could turn the Steelers into a real Super Bowl threat. And let's not forget the impact on the locker room. His leadership, work ethic, and veteran presence could uplift the entire squad, especially the younger players eager to learn from someone with his experience. Of course, we have to be cautious here. All this talk is based on speculation and a prediction by an insider, not an official announcement. Nothing is set in stone, and the NFL offseason is always unpredictable. There are so many factors at play: financial considerations, the salary cap, Rodgers' own personal goals, and what the Packers might want in return if they decide to trade him instead of releasing him outright. Plus, Rodgers has made it clear in the past that he values his privacy and personal fulfillment, so his decision might hinge on more than just money or team success. That said, the idea of Rodgers in a Steelers uniform is enough to ignite the imagination of every fan. Think about the matchups: him against the Ravens defense, facing that tough AFC North competition, or leading the Steelers offense to challenge teams like Kansas City or Buffalo. The NFL would certainly have to adjust to this new reality. It's not every day that a four-time MVP becomes available, and if the Steelers manage to land him, it would be a historic move that could reshape the league. Now, let's talk a little about the current state of the Steelers. As I mentioned earlier, Kenny Pickett has been showing signs of promise. The young quarterback has had a solid rookie season, demonstrating he's got the tools and the mental toughness to be a future franchise guy. But he's still developing, and adding an experienced veteran like Rodgers could be the perfect mentorship while also giving the team a chance to contend now. It's a classic case of blending youth and experience, something that many successful teams have done over the years. The Steelers' defense, as always, remains a strong point. With T.J. Watt leading the charge, their pass rush is feared across the league. But on offense, they've been looking for that spark, that guy who can elevate the entire unit. Rodgers could be that spark, turning the Steelers into a high-octane offense that can compete with anyone in the league. Imagine him throwing to a talented group of receivers, including George Pickens, who's been impressive in his sophomore year, or Deontay Johnson, always a threat in the slot. With Rodgers under center, these players could see their numbers skyrocket, and the team's offensive scheme could become much more dynamic. And let's not forget about the Steelers' rich history of success. This franchise has won 6 Super Bowls, more than any other team in the AFC, and they've built a culture of toughness and resilience. Bringing in a player like Rodgers would be a continuation of that tradition, an aggressive move to chase greatness. Fans would be ecstatic, and the league would certainly pay close attention to what the Steelers are doing. But beyond the immediate impact, we should also consider the NFL's broader landscape. If Rodgers moves to Pittsburgh, it could trigger a domino effect. Other teams might reconsider their quarterback plans, and the balance of power in the AFC could shift dramatically. The Chiefs, Bills, and Ravens would have to step up even more, knowing that the Steelers are now a serious contender with Rodgers leading the charge. It's that kind of ripple effect that makes off-season moves so fascinating. Of course, we're still in the realm of speculation, and the NFL is famous for its surprises. The Packers could hold on to Rodgers for another year, or they might decide to trade him to a team that offers the best deal, possibly the Steelers, or maybe another contender. The salary cap, contract negotiations, and Rodgers' own preferences will all play crucial roles in how the story unfolds. But one thing is clear: the potential of Rodgers joining the Steelers has fueled a lot of excitement, and it's become one of the hottest topics in NFL circles right now. Now, as fans, we're naturally eager for more concrete news. Will it happen? When? How? Those questions are still unanswered, but the anticipation is sky high. The Steelers have been rebuilding so far, trying to find their identity after Ben Roethlisberger's retirement, and a quarterback of Rodgers' caliber could be the final piece to that puzzle. Imagine the Steelers back in the playoffs, with a true superstar leading their offense. This could redefine their future, no doubt about it. And I want to remind everyone that, even if this move doesn't happen, the fact that we're talking about it shows how important quarterback talent is in the NFL. Teams are always looking for that franchise quarterback, and Rodgers is undoubtedly one of the best to ever do it. The Steelers, known for their smart management and strategic moves, could very well be in the mix this offseason. The idea of him donning the black and gold is enough to get any Steelers fan's heart racing. So, to wrap up, what do you think about all this? Are you optimistic? Do you believe Rodgers will end up in Pittsburgh? Or do you think he'll stay in Green Bay or go somewhere else? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is a story that's still unfolding, and I'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. The offseason is just heating up, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the debate going. This is the kind of off-season content that makes football so exciting.